I am Nuño. I'm a professor in the area of signal theory and communications at the Polytechnic University of Valencia in Spain. Now I'm going to explain you the major scale in music. The Western music is based in several basic principles. The most important of them is obviously the concept of octave and its division in 12 parts. This means that Western music is written with 12 notes. If we want to compose music, it is necessary to know which notes show great affinity among them, that is, which notes are affine among them. This leads us to the concept of major key and major scale. They are a set of 7 notes showing great affinity among them. This is a complete and very versatile set. If we want to find the notes most affine with a given note, a starting note as C, for example, we can take this tool, which is called the musical abacus, and it gives us the first harmonics of a note. If we chose the note C, we find the first harmonics G and E. G is the most important note with regard of C. Then E and the other notes will not be used now because they are a bit far from the starting note C. So if we want to look for other notes with great affinity with C, what we have to do is to take the note G, which is the most important one for note C, and look for its harmonics of note G, which are D, the third harmonic, the most important note for G, and then the note B. So we started with note C and found its first harmonics, harmonic third, note G, and harmonic fifth, note E. Here they are sorted out by their pitch, but the most important note after C is G. So in order to find other notes with great affinity with C, we have to choose the note G and to find its harmonics, its first harmonics, notes D and note B. Now we can make the same process, but starting with a lower note, a note below note C, such that its third harmonic is precisely note C. This note is F. If we look for the first harmonics of note F, we will find its third harmonic C and its fifth harmonic A. This way, we obtain a set of 7 notes. Apparently they are 9, but 2 of them are repeated, so they are 7 different notes which form a major key. Particularly the C major key, because we started with note C. If we sort out these notes by their pitch, we obtain the corresponding C major scale, which notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and again C. The musical abacus gives us any major scale, starting with one of the 12 possible notes. For example, here we chose the note C as a tonic, and we find its major scale, C major scale. Its notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If we choose another note, for example, note D as the tonic of the scale, we find this major scale, which is the D major scale. Its notes are D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. So we find 2 sharps in this scale for the notes F and C. The importance of the major scale is huge for many reasons. One of them is that there are only 7 names for the 12 notes, and the reason is that the major scale has 7 notes. These 7 names of the notes are those corresponding to the C major scale. Here we can see in the piano that the white keys correspond to the natural notes, those who has these 7 names, and the other 5 notes correspond to the black keys. Other reason for the importance of the major scale is that most popular songs, and not so popular, are composed precisely in a major key. The staff, which is the diagram we use to write music, is designed in such a way that compositions in a major key are easily written. So if we take a staff, we choose a clef and a key signature, every note we write will belong to a major key, if we don't use any accidental. The design of the piano, as we saw, is based on the C major scale. Several instruments which are called diatonic, such as some flutes, harmonics, harp, and xylophones, and many musical toys only have the notes corresponding of a major scale, usually the C major scale. The term octave comes from the major scale too. If we choose a major scale, for example, C major, we start with C and we run through the scale until the next C. The second C is the 8th note in this series. The name octave comes from the Latin language and means precisely 8. The terms whole step and half step comes from the major scale too. They are the distances between 2 consecutive notes. In some cases the distance is a whole step, and in other cases the distance is half step. The quality of intervals, which we will explain in a different presentation, is also based on a major scale. That is, if the interval is perfect, major or minor, it depends on the position of the notes in a major scale. As conclusions, we can say that a major key is a set of 7 notes showing great affinity among them. This is a complete and very versatile set. It is obtained starting with a note called tonic and its first harmonic, 3 and 5. Then we add the 2 notes showing the maximum affinity with the tonic, an upper note and a lower note, plus their first harmonics, 3rd and 5th. This way we obtain 7 notes which form the major key. If we sort out these notes by their pitch, we obtain the corresponding major scale. The major scale, as we have seen, has a huge importance in composition, as well as in music theory and construction of instruments. You can find all the information on the webpage harmonicwheel.com. Thank you very much for your attention.